What's up guys, how's it going? Welcome back. I am doing some more reviews just because I've been getting a lot of new stuff. Haven't had the time to really open them up, get a good look at them, do an actual unboxing, and here we are. Yes, I've been doing them on my live streams, but now I'm going to try and do some separate videos so we can get closer looks, more detail, everything like that. But this is Joy Toy. We got a new Joy Toy 1/12 scale figure. This was dubbed Candy Frog. On the box it says Wawa Hacker. This is from the Frontline Chaos, I believe the level 9 series. So you can see on the front of the box some beautiful anime style artwork right there. On the side, on the back as well, where you can see. So I'm assuming it's called Wawa Hacker. They like, when you look at the product description, they dubbed it Candy Frog because I'm assuming because of the colors, but you will see what this Wawa Hacker is all about. It comes in a similar style box as the previous ones that I've done. If you check out my other videos on the Joy Toy line, you will see two other characters that I had also made unboxing showcase reviews. So let's take a look at this one because I'm actually excited for this because there was quite a bit of accessories that came with this one and I'm very excited about it. You can see it's basically like a nice little box and it has a sponge to hold everything in place. So let's take this out of the way. Here it is, as you can see. I hope nothing really falls out, but there is this thin layer right there, and there you go. There we have the figure. Some of the accessories that are shown right there as well. Here you go. And of course there's also some more. There's actually some more underneath here. If we remove the top layer, you will see there is a whole other layer of accessories right there. So let me properly unbox this and we'll get a closer look at all of these accessories as well as the figure. All right guys, there we have it. Everything is out of the box. Quite a lot more accessories than I was expecting, considering the fact that the other two figures that I had already reviewed, Rin and Lai, they had much less. So that's a big win right now with all of these accessories. Very good for the price that you pay for it. But of course, a big star are the soft goods, the whole sculpt and everything. I love the whole look of these Joy Toy 1/12 scale female figures. So let's take a look at the accessories so we can kind of go over and see. Then we'll go over the figure. All right, first up, we do get 3 pairs of hands. So nice set of hands right here. We have just basically these relaxed hands. And here we have more of, I guess you could say, like the trigger hands or gripping hands, because you can see how they sculpted where the fingers lay out. So considering the items that she has, she does have weapons. So this is still pretty cool. At least we got these trigger hands here. And we have some expressive hands. This is awesome. I love how she has these hands. This is really cool. Very unique because it's just different. Completely different. You don't normally see this type of gesture when we get hands on figures. So I very much welcome this. And here we have a pair of guns, handguns type weapons. I don't know if you can really call them weapons, because considering the fact that she has all this tech equipment, these could just be like controllers, so to speak. These could just be like the handheld controllers for weapon shooting controllers. So I mean, that is what it is. It's still pretty cool. I mean, you can see there's definitely some nice paint on it to match with the rest of the color scheme that's going on. The hands, because these are the trigger hands that I put back on, they do work. Since they're a little bit more pliable, you still just kind of squeeze them in so that she can have a better grip on it. But it's nice options. These are still pretty cool. This can basically be just like video game type shooting hands, shooting weapons. Man, can't talk. And here she has a pair of headphones, and I guess where you can consider the frog theme, so to speak, the Candy Frog theme. You can see how the eyes are up there, the earmuff area there. Everything is good. Everything looks good. It's nicely painted. The microphone speaker, the microphone part, that was a little bit bent. I am able to bend it out of the way because you can maneuver it a little bit, but I'm afraid to maneuver it too much because it's very thin. So just in case, I don't want to break it, but it is movable, as you can see right there. And she's got a video game controller. Make sure you just kind of like push in the fingers a little bit so it has a better grip. As you can see over the shoulder, she is able to hold it. It is still pretty nice, but it's a big video game controller. Like you can see where her thumbs don't even reach the buttons. So that's unfortunate. If it was a little bit smaller, then definitely. If this was an actual, if they were really trying to make it a video game controller, it definitely needs to be smaller. That's the only problem with this. It's nice that we do have an option like this, but you can basically kind of just utilize this as more of like a remote, where it's like a one-handed remote, and then you can use the other hand to push the buttons. So to hold it with two hands, it's nice that it can do that, but it doesn't look realistic enough for the fact that the thumbs can't meet the buttons. Now this case here, it's just a nice accessory. It's just a big block. It's just a nice case. It's you can kind of think of it as just a I would think of it more of like a battery pack of any kind, you know, anything that you can consider for a tech that needs something to utilize power. That's how I view it as. You can call it whatever you want. There's really no instructions to tell you what this is. So there you go. Nice little case. It has a question mark on the front and then an exclamation point on the other side. Now this is basically a monitor. I believe, I mean, it can be done in, I don't know how you'd want to hold this up. I believe this is the top of it, because I look at this as like the frog eyes right here at the top. So it's got nice sculpt everywhere, and then the paint, you can see the darkness and the shading, the black wash type of thing. And then it's got adjustable straps here because it's wrapped like a backpack for her. Whether you put this on with the coat on or the coat off. So it all depends on how you want to see that. And then we have these robotic arms or tentacle arms. So, you know, it's still pretty cool to see something like this. This actually has a lot of articulation points. They do spin in certain areas. And of course they do have a bend in those areas as well. And they definitely have articulation in the grips here, so you can definitely see how much you can do with that. It's only like a 3-prong one, but still all painted still in the green and pink colors. They do have pegs at the end, so these pegs technically go right into this spot of the backpack, so she can actually have these arms that can, you know, do other things. Now I think it's also a nice touch where they have these little joysticks right here, so I guess you can actually use them as an actual joystick and she can possibly hold them. But unfortunately, with the type of hand she has, she doesn't have like a C grip hand to utilize it like that. But it's a nice touch where it looks like a controller, you know what I mean? So they have that going for them. So when it comes to sculpt, paint as well, I mean, it's hard. Not that it's hard, I mean, it's very minimal because of the fact that you're going to basically focus the sculpt on her face, and the paint is just her skin tone. Everything else is soft goods. The soft goods so far, every time this is my third Joy Toy figure, and the soft goods are incredible. They're very nicely tailored. But first, let's start off with the head. So the head, we've got this beautiful face right here. Very nicely done. You can see there's some gloss in the eyes and a lot. You can see the makeup in her face as well, so that's also well done. The hair is all sculpted on. It doesn't have any articulation, so it doesn't move. That's unfortunate because you can't, sometimes it may hinder in the movement, like if you were going to just do some pivot in the neck area, but it still looks really good. And then there's the back as well. Now when it comes to everything about the body, I think it's the same body. I'm pretty sure it's the same body as the other two, and there's just different clothing on it. You can see the skin tone, all the skin tone matches. Of course the face is a little bit more pink because of the makeup, so you can see that's the difference there. And there you can see with the shirt, everything that goes down, it's it's neat because there's just this cut off right here above the chest area, and still tailored nicely. Even the jacket, look, there's even an inner lining on the jacket and a working zipper, so it's functional. Even the pockets, oh no, the pocket is, oh, it is an actual pocket. There is a pocket you can utilize therefore, and this one as well, it's an actual functioning pocket right there. It has the ribbed wrists right here for the jacket as well. Hands are painted too. They're all gloved hands, as you noticed before. So it's got that green and the gray. Everything still looks pretty good there. And then she's got these jean shorts. They actually feel like a jeans material, a denim material. With do the pockets? No, those are sewn in pockets, but there is pockets in the front that you can utilize if you can do it. I will definitely attempt it. And there is a clasp right here. There is a clasp right here that you can unbuckle if you wanted to. So there you go with that. And she's got these like thigh-high stockings, which is pretty cool. It doesn't hinder any of the articulation for that, so that's nice to see. Does it go all the way down? No, because you can still pull it up and you can see where the ankle is because it's a ball socket right there. So still pretty cool. The whole outfit's pretty neat looking for like a tech girl going on. So there is that. Now when it comes to articulation, I think it's very similar to Rin and Lai with the previous. There is some hindrances to it, like they just chose sculpt over articulation. When it comes with the head can of course move side to side. There is a slight bit of tilt and pivot, but you can get that to where you want it to go. Unfortunately, it cannot look up. Where that cut, I guess they just like to have the sculpt all the way down. And like I said, it's very similar to the other one, but it can look down just a little bit as well. So there is some limitations. Now, when it comes to the shoulder, I believe it's just a socket. There isn't a butterfly joint. It does have an upper bicep cut right there, as you can see. And then of course, it has a double jointed elbow. I mean, look at that. Look at that range right there. You know what? We could take the jacket off. Let's take the jacket off, because that you can actually see it better if you see everything that happens. So there you go. Kind of unbuckled that part, so there's the arm. So there is your double jointed elbow, like so. Very nice to see that. She's got a diaphragm cut. Look at that. There's going to be so much range in that diaphragm cut and enough pivot for you to be able to rock around like so. And a ball waist. Ball waist is awesome for females. Even though I know it's cut in a weird way, you can get the maneuverability that you want out of a ball cut. It's very, very nice. The pants don't get in the way, but you can see it does expose it a bit, so you just want to cover that up where you want it to. So there you go with that. That's nice to have. She does not have an upper thigh cut. If I remember correctly, it just goes straight up, but she does have the double jointed knee right there. There's no calf swivel anywhere. And then a ball. She's got a ball peg for the ankle. So there is a lot of maneuverability on that. Not enough to where you want it to go, but if you maneuver the ball a bit, you can get it to where you want it to go. So there you go. There is your articulation. All right, back to the backpack. I have, oh, look at that. It's popped off. You can have them pegged in. You can unplug a lot of this stuff. These things all do come apart, as you can see here. So some of it may be a little bit loose, so I might want to do something about that. These straps you can loosen up, which is nice to see, but you can easily slide this on her as long as you know what, it's better if you kind of maneuver her arms in a certain way. And it's always harder to see it, especially when I put the jacket on. Look, I already popped her arm out of her socket, so now I gotta fix that. All right, sorry about that. I had to the shoulder popped out. I had to put it back in. It's crazy. The clothes got in the way. So I loosened up the straps. I put the backpack on. It does sit in there. It's smaller straps, so you do have it looks a kind of bit bulky up here because the jacket kind of bulks up when you, it's soft goods, you know, you just have to you have to maneuver it out of the way. But it can stay on there. The weight of the arms doesn't hinder it as much, so you just have to play around with it and you'll be able to really just mess around and see what you can do with this. And she'll stand up perfectly fine with the weight of the arms. You just have to maneuver it properly and then everything will be okay. It's cool though. I love this look. I love how we have this whole like techie type girl that has these cybernetics that she can play around with. It's really, really neat. I love, you know, all these unusual concepts. They're so cool. It's really neat to see this stuff. And you know, with all the articulation in the arms, you can definitely mess around with it and play with it. But it's great to see it. It's nice to see that, you know, we have these types of options. And like I said, concept is really cool. So when it comes to posing, there's quite a bit you can mess around in doing this. The body has a lot of flexibility, but there are some points where you know it kind of missed its mark, especially with not having an upper thigh cut up here. Because there's a part of me that, you know, wants to have her like sit down, like crisscross applesauce, you know what I mean, Indian style. But unfortunately, I won't be able to turn her legs unless, you know, something happens where it pops out. The leg might pop out like so. As you can see, this is very simple. You can easily pop these back on, but there are some things that I was hoping for that that unfortunately just can't do it. Now she's got definitely the range in the legs where she can bend pretty much all the way like so, where she could just kneel down like that, which is fine, perfectly fine. Especially in the arms can definitely range and do a lot with how you can maneuver her body. And in the shoulder area too, that is definitely a good part as well. So she can definitely pose and do quite a bit. The ankles, like I said, you're gonna have to maneuver that ball to the point where you have it at the sweet spot, you know what I mean? She can balance very nicely too, especially if she's running. You're just gonna have to hopefully pose in the best possible way, and that's where the head doesn't look up. And I really wish they would incorporate where the head moves up. I had this balance at one point where I know it was like, oh, perfect. It was like a perfect point where she balanced just right. And of course now I'm not going to be able to do it. But this is the fun that we have when we want to pose our figures, right? This is what we want to go for. But you can see there's some great opportunities here with the articulation that she has. It's amazing. I'm really loving these Joy Toy figures. Definitely really cool. And I know we could easily have her sit like so. The shorts don't get in the way. Could easily have her, you know, pose up like that. If I had a cell phone for her, that would have been pretty cool, right? But she does have her trusty controller where she could play, do things easily. Looking down is no problem. No problem at all looking down. Yep. All right, quick comparisons. Very quick comparisons, because we gotta get moving. We gotta keep this going. For what I have in front of me, I do have Sergeant Slaughter, and just for a more regular sized figure, G.I. Joe Classified, we have Outback. Here is a Mythic Legions Gladiator, Star Wars Black Series Obi-Wan Kenobi, and here we have the other two Joy Toy Frontline Chaos series. This is Rin and Lai, which I absolutely love these guys. the clothing, the articulation, there are some hindrances, there are some downsides to them, but sometimes the overall sculpt and aesthetic of these guys, they astound me. They're really cool. I really do like these figures a lot. So there are some more coming out, and I'm definitely interested in checking them out. So I am very happy to pick up this Candy Frog figure. All right, guys, there you have it. Thank you very much for watching. This was the unboxing showcase for the new Joy Toy 112 scale with 6 inches, right? 112 scale Frontline Chaos Level 9 series. This is the Candy Frog, or you can call it the Wawa Hacker. This is awesome. I still love the figure. I definitely do not like the little hindrances in the articulation. Just comes with the line, and I get it. I understand it. It is a downfall on it, but aesthetically, I still love the figure. Aesthetically, it still looks great. I love soft goods on figures. This is actually really, really cool. The whole theme, the color scheme, everything works very well for this particular type of character, and it's enjoyable to have. So I'm very happy to have this along with the other Joy Toy figures that I have as well. So let me know what your guys' thoughts are. It is a new lineup for Joy Toy for doing 112 scale, so it is very interesting to see these type of characters, but I'm very curious on your thoughts. So make sure you hit that like, comment, subscribe. We'd love to hear from you. On our way to 5,000 subscribers. We're really moving up there, and I greatly appreciate all of you that have joined up, and I appreciate it. Thank you so much. So again, thank you all. Hope to see you soon. Hope to see you on the next hunt.